Sancta Sophia is celebrating 100 years. This year is the centenary celebrations for Sancta Sophia College. For those of you who don't know, they are a residential college located within the grounds of UCID. Now, I was a resident there in 2019 and then an associate in 2020, and it is the centenary year. So there was a centenary event earlier in the year in March that I couldn't make it to because I'm pretty sure I was away for my hens weekend then. But we are now in May and another centenary related event has come up, and this is the donors luncheon. This gives an opportunity for those who are interested in making a scholarship fund or something of that sort to sit down with both the committee and students who have previously or who are currently but on scholarships or bursaries or things like that. And while we might not be in a position right now to do a huge fully funded scholarship, it is definitely something I've had my mind on in the last couple of years, even if it's a small amount of money. I'm looking specifically at women in construction and making a bursary or scholarship within that area somewhere. And so I'm going along to the luncheon today to ask some questions about setting up conditions and stipulations and things like that. But this is the first of many centenary celebrations that I will be taking part in this year. It is officially the start of the Centenary Weekend. Well, today's technically Friday, but over the course of today, Saturday and Sunday, there are 4 kind of events, with the biggest one obviously being the Gala Dinner. But something I love doing, and this is a great hack if you have a lot of things happening in really close succession or you're going on holidays, because I do this for both, but I'm going to go get my hair washed and blow dried. It just makes everything that much simpler. I'm not going to have it styled or anything. The first event isn't until 5 p.m. tonight. We're starting with welcome drinks, but I'm gonna go get it washed, blow dried, and that's one less thing to deal with. Tonight's outfit is going to be really simple. I'm probably just going to end up wearing the same thing that I'm currently wearing, which is a white polo cable knit. I might change it for the sleeveless depending on weather, but given 5 p.m. it's probably going to be this one's long sleeve, and then I'm just in a pair of beige nude tailored trousers. I'm gonna wear sneakers. I'm also gonna drive myself there because I don't really plan on drinking this much. This is something with very few formalities, so I'm going to aim to get there 5 o'clock and then just see who kind of shows up, because I don't actually know who's coming to any of these things. I'm back. Oh, honestly, world's best feeling. I didn't ask for any type of like blowout or anything because I might possibly try and style it myself tomorrow for the ball, so I just wanted it washed and then kind of just like blow dried straight. But it is also fairly warm outside, so I might consider changing out of knit. But like I said, again, we'll probably see what the weather actually is like when it's like anywhere between 3 to 5, because that's realistically like going to be the best indicator, because it is 10:30 at the moment. As we can see, I've decided to change my top. I feel like this is a safer top than the white because we are doing drinks at the Alfred Hotel and it's not a full book out. It's also like a Friday at a pub. So there's gonna be other people there, and I feel like white is a little bit risque. I also have 2 left hands. So still doing the, see if I can drop this, still doing the beigey colored trousers, but I've got this top. I'm going to bring a jacket. This is the jacket I'm bringing because I'm driving. I'm just gonna bring it with me, and then when I actually park, I'm going to stick my head out and decide if it's like warm enough, because I also don't want to have to like carry things unnecessarily. I'm going to take my Alma BB. I feel like that's just the most convenient bag. It kind of fits everything. But let's get ready for the start of a fun weekend. Little bit of a recap for yesterday. So I ended up leaving at 7:45, so I stayed for like just under 3 hours, and I will say lots of familiar faces and lots of new faces. I feel like the community is so open and so welcome to everyone, even though so many of us attended decades apart. Like I met women who were freshers in the 80s. I met one who I think was a fresher in the 70s. I myself is 2019, so I'm very kind of considered fresh from departure. But there's also current students. There's, you know, families where 2 or 3 generations were Sancta students, and so it was lovely to see that. Which brings us to today. Today is Saturday. There are 2 things on the agenda. We have college tours in the morning, and then we obviously have the big gala, which is like the main event of the weekend. I was umming and ahhing about college tours because I'm back at the college now, I think at least 2 times a year for alumni events or for industry events. And because I live really, really close, I always attend them if I can, and I usually can. It's a nice way to stay connected with the college, to also still meet new people, because one of the things that I love about Sancta is, you know, and it was kind of reiterated to me last night, is that you can attend the same college decades apart from women and have an almost parallel experience in its own, you know, right. And so that was really nice to see how different things were run in the 80s, for example, but still find the parallels in the experiences that they shared and the experience that I had. So anyway, minus the rambling, I've decided I'm going to go to college tours because, you know what, I blocked out this weekend for Sancta's Centenary, so let's go all the way. We're going to go see the college, and I'm going to show you guys around the grounds that I called home while I was a university student. I am also still undecided as to what I'm doing with my hair tonight, because I've got someone coming to do my makeup. She's coming to my place at 3:30, and so, I mean, not working on a tight deadline. I think it's like 11. No, it's 10:20 in the morning, so we're not really on a time crunch or anything. College tours start at 11. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get in nice and early, get them out of the way while the weather's still nice and beautiful. I can come home, shower, relax a little bit, try and sort out the hair situation. I'm thinking maybe an updo, because that is my number for the night. So I'm actually early. There is no parking on campus. Well, there is parking, but obviously with all the alumni coming back, they've told us that we can't park on campus because the current residents are parking, which fair enough. So they've advised most people, if they can, to avoid driving. I like being difficult. I like making my own life harder. So last night I drove. Today I've driven as well, and I left myself like extra time in case I had to do a couple rounds of like the block to find parking, but both times I've been lucky because I'm already parked. So I'm gonna hop out and go get a coffee before I head on to campus. All in all, the tour was like 40 minutes, and I ran into this lovely lady as we were both like entering the college, and so it was just me, her, and a current resident that did the tour, and I actually really liked it. She was freshman 1981, and so we had like points of comparison between the 2 of us, and then there were like points of comparison with the current resident. We got to see some of the old rooms. Obviously all the rooms are occupied, so I didn't actually get to see my old room specifically, but We saw the rooms, we saw a lot of the common areas, the shared spaces. We saw the quadrangle, which is where all the preparation is taking place for tomorrow's morning event, which will be the kind of wrap up of all of that. I'm going to have a quick shower, and then maybe I'll put this top back on, because I don't want to get into this just yet, but I want something that's obviously not going to ruin my makeup. I think I'm going to end up doing like a ponytail, and then I might use my Dyson and just give like the front a little bit of volume, and call that a day. It is a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be today, so I think I'm just going to go with hair like up, so I'm not sweating, because I'm so hot right now. I just turned on the air conditioner, but I don't think it's fully kicked in yet. And I got myself a drink. I mean, I don't think this is the thing for prees, but I'm going to have a drink before I go. The gorgeous venue for tonight is Dalton House Town Hall. It is an absolutely gorgeous venue. I have no idea whose table I'm on as well. I didn't really arrange a table. You did have the option to like purchase as a group for a table of 10, which I didn't do, so I'm going to find out when I get there who I'm seated with. But I'm going to relax a little bit because it's going to be a long night. It is 5 hours. My social battery's like starting to drain, so I'm going to recharge. As we can tell, I've done my hair. I'm just doing literally a straight ponytail, but I don't have hairspray, so we're gonna see how this works. If I find that I really need to use something, I'm just gonna use my husband's mousse, I guess. But I did a little front fringe blowout. I'm gonna leave this till the end and then take it out, but I'm just waiting for the makeup artist now. This is my drink. It's lychee flavored. I think this is like 3.2 standard drinks, which is a lot, so I probably won't finish this. This is the second time this particular makeup artist is doing my makeup, and I actually have her booked again, I think 2.5 weeks from now, for a debutante ball. So I obviously like her work. I will link her socials and her booking form down below for you guys, but I love that it's like natural and it looks really good. I can do my own makeup, but I feel like it's a whole fiasco because I don't do makeup that often anymore. So I'm never like satisfied with what I do. So it's literally like put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off, and then give up. But I really wanted my makeup done today, so obviously booked her in. Sunday morning and time for recovery. It is, I think, 9:15. I actually left kind of early-ish. So the event itself was scheduled for an 11 p.m. finish. I think I got picked up like 20 past 10. I didn't really stay that long. I wanted to kind of beat the rush because I figured a lot of people Ubered, and getting Uber on a Saturday night in the city is already hard enough. It's even harder when there's possibly 650 other people who are trying to Uber as well. So I just made my husband come pick me up, but came home, washed off the makeup, had a little bit of a wind down, and then went to bed. I am now getting ready to go back to Sancta again for a 5-hour long brunch, which super excited for. I think outfit wise, I'm just going to do something nice and simple. It's a little bit on the chillier side, and I'm very conscious that this event is in the quadrangle, which is completely outdoor. So I think I'm going to do another elishajquan piece, but I'm thinking one of my knit dresses this time. We had some amazing guest speakers last night, which is also really nice. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of shared stories. The most represented cohort was freshman 1984, and the most represented decade was the 80s. And I feel like last night was the epitome of like girlhood, because even though we're all adults obviously, it's always that little like squeal when you see someone you recognize. I mean, life gets really busy, really hectic. You lose touch with people faster than you realize. And to see a room with so many stories that have so many differences yet so many parallels is absolutely amazing. And to see some of the amazing women that have come from our alumni community, both in, you know, personal achievements and professional achievements, was amazing. And I mean, the venue, gorgeous. I think I'm going to drive in again. I mean, it's just not really the event you get like slosh drunk at. So I'm gonna drive in because it is a Sunday and you can park in the bus lane on the weekends, but I'm still going to leave myself that little bit of extra time just in case I need to do a lap around the block.